Welcome in, thanks for stopping by again on such short notice. We are back with another brief edition of IDP. Today we have some shoegaze adjacent music from Venice, Italy. Also some garage punk or garage rock from Cincinnati. We have some indie pop, psych, noise, also shoegaze adjacent stuff from Madrid, and also some Parisian jangly indie pop. So definitely feel free to grab yourself a beer, possibly a meat stick, and let's get started. All right, first up this week we have the second full-length release for the Venetian quartet that goes by the name Glazyhaze, and their album is titled Sonic in all caps, so I think that is pronounced Sonic, or even possibly even louder than that. This album has really strong shoegaze elements mixed with the 80s post-punk, new wave, as well as 90s alternative rock and noise rock. The first side of the album leans more heavily into the shoegaze, dream pop, and 90s alternative rock styles. The second side has a darker tone with more elements of like 80s UK, post-punk, new wave, but still with the shimmering, distorted guitars kind of throughout the record. I can see this one appealing to like a variety of your kind of 90s, mid-90s, I would say, alternative rock fans out there. Once again, from Venice, Italy, that is the band Glazyhaze, and their second LP is titled Sonic. Do you think that when you get older, you start to stink, like stink worse than you did before? Or is it that you get older and you can smell how bad you actually smell and have been smelling the whole time? It could just be me, but I'm starting to really notice, I'm starting to really have a hard time spending much time around myself because it just really, really stinks. Next we have the second full-length LP from a band out of Cincinnati, a 5-piece band. They're called Motorbike, and their album is titled Kick It Over, which is out now on Feel It Records. This is kind of your raucous, chaotic, intense garage rock slash garage punk slash scuzz rock. It's raw, like tight buzzing guitars, kind of relentlessly pounds its way through. It's very short, I think, well, not very short, but it's about just a hair under 30 minutes long. Yeah, it's kind of almost, not the whole thing, but some of it is really like 4 on the floor, dueling vocals. It just hits hard and moves on. You can hear little hints of, shades of this, shades of that, a little maybe Johnny Thunders, a little bit of the Saints, Flesh Eaters, Scientists, etc. Maybe even a little bit of what the New York City band The Men have been doing with their last 2 albums. Like I can see somebody like in those also possibly being intrigued by this one as well. Yeah, and doesn't wear out its welcome. It comes in hard. It comes in hard and fast, and then it just moves on. People that can get into this sort of thing, definitely one that is worth giving a listen to. Yeah, that is the band Motorbike, and their second full-length release is titled Kick It Over.
I don't wanna catch my in the Walmart.
so now we have the self-titled debut from a Spanish band out of Madrid, indie guitar pop group. They're called Nuevos Mundos, which I'm sure is pronouncing wrong. And their self-titled debut release is out on Cuarto Sonoro. This is indie rock / indie pop with shades of space rock, shoegaze a little bit, psychedelic rock with kind of your noisy, distorted guitars, but still with a strong pop sensibility. Has some horns here and there, but primarily like indebted to indie guitar rock primarily. I don't think, possibly not something. This is not one that's going to appeal to people that are English only indie kids out there. It does have a little bit of, just a little whiff of like Elephant Six vibes at times, and just generally a lot of 90s indie rock vibes all over the place. If you can get down with some Spanish indie pop / noise rock / etc., this one is very well worth checking out. Once again, the name of the band is Nuevos Mundos, and their debut album is self-titled. Next up, we have a band that's been together since 2012, but up until now, they've only released a couple of singles and one EP back in 2017. But now the Parisian indie pop band called Pale Spectres, they are back to release their second EP. It's titled Better Than Love, and it's out on the Too Good to Be True label. This is sugary, sweet, jangly guitar pop, a little bit twee, has shades of bands like the Go-Betweens or Orange Juice, that sort of thing. You could even point to a recent band like Ducks Limited. It does have a little bit of that almost surgical precision jangle pop thing going on. Yeah, super catchy jangle pop. Vocals are all in English, even though they're from Paris. I think this one has only been released on a 3-inch CD EP, strangely enough. But fans of jangle pop or just strong indie pop in general, I think this one is worth seeking out, at least to be able to check out. You can find it to stream in certain places. Yeah, just kind of upbeat, feel good, a little mildly twee pop, not really saying anything profound, just good catchy pop songs. Again, out of Paris, that is a group called Pale Spectres, and their new release is titled Better Than Love.
'Cause I could cry for you, and I would die for you. I'd rot in jail for you. I'd burn in hell for you. Free pencils, and I've had enough. I met her in a supermarket, and I fell in love. I met her in a supermarket, and I fell in love. Supermarket love.